Salutations everyone, it's Timothy 2009, and look what's back, Trackmaster Push Along. It's been 5 months since I bought some more. So last time we took a look at the Trackmaster Push Along Emily, which I think is pretty cute. But now, recently I went to Target this weekend and I bought some new things. And I've had the Sodor Steamies 10 pack already for quite some time. I just wanted to wait until I got the stuff to make Murdoch and then Spencer. I'll explain about these later. But first, I think we'll start with the people who are minted in box. So, here is the Trackmaster Push Along Whiff. I think some of you may have requested I get these. So, I think Whiff looks pretty good. The profile picture looks good as always.
What's up?
Says Trackmaster, Metal Engine, Push Along, whatnot. And on the back, you've got Belle, Henry, and Edward. I still have to get Belle, which I'm planning to do. But anyways, let's dive into this train and let's get started. And here is Whiff. So, I think Whiff looks pretty interesting as a character. The thing that makes him unique is his glasses, because I don't think any other train wears glasses, so I think it's kind of interesting. So, I think Whiff looks pretty good. This is dated 2018, and like the other trains, you can hook him up, and he fits on wooden railway track, besides Trackmaster track. Someone gave me the comment to make Ryan using Whiff, which I'm planning to do. But let me know what you guys like about this Whiff. I think he's pretty interesting. That dark green is kind of satisfying to look at. And I'm happy to have Whiff finally. Now let's take a look at a new character that's never been made in a Thomas merchandise until today. This is Rajeev of India. So, Rajeev was supposed to be like a Thomas Wood character that got canceled in 2019. I don't know if they're gonna make a Thomas Wood Rajeev, but it's most likely that they might make Edward and Toby. So on Rajeev, you have Thomas, himself, and Diesel. I do have all three of them, which is pretty good. And here he is. So, what are my thoughts on Rajeev? Well, I think he's pretty darn good. And I'm happy to know that they made him into merchandise finally. He's got like this golden cow catcher, and there's not a single detail missing on him. What's really satisfying about him is the bronze wheels. I think it's pretty interesting. That face is a pretty good Rajeev face. And there's a lot of things I like about this. Has his name written on the bottom. So yeah, if you have a Rajeev, maybe you might like him. I absolutely love this Trackmaster Push Along Rajeev, and I'm happy to have him in my collection. So now let's look at Young Bao from China. So I think he looks pretty interesting as well. The back seems a little faded, I'm guessing, but you have Shane, Emily, and Gordon. Do have both of them. Gordon's right over here. And I still don't have Shane. I'll get him soon. Don't worry. Let's dive right into him. So here's Young Bao. He is a pretty good model as well. The tender is the same as about any other tender. It's very plasticky. And the buffer's still on the front for some weird reason. But that's the same with all the others. But other than that, I think Young Bao looks pretty cool. So, someone gave me the comment to make Hero, which I am planning to do. Like, I'm planning to get another Young Bao to make Hero out of. Which would be kind of interesting. But this almost feels like a scratch and sniff sticker. the tiger print. That's kind of like Diesel's vents. I always get that feeling. But the only detail that Young Bao is missing is that he doesn't have green on his buffer beam. But he does have a black cowcatcher, which I may add to him. And now, last we have the Travel with Thomas's Friends pack. I've been wanting to get this for quite some time, because, let me explain about this. So, in this pack you get Hongmei of China, Ashima from India, but for some weird reason they have Victor for Kenya, and Percy for Australia. I think that's okay. But anyways, on the back, we have a description. All aboard for the ultimate journey. Take this globe team on worldwide adventures as they travel to Australia, India, Kenya, and China. On the back, you have this pack, which includes Dirty Thomas, Dirty Kevin, Jack, and Esther. So, Thomas Blue has made a review of this, so I think you should watch that. He also made his opinion on it. Let's start with Kenyan Victor. So, I think this is a pretty okay model, but I'm wondering what Victor has to do with Kenya. I mean, Victor's like a narrow gauge engine, and he works at the Steamworks. He has never been to Africa before.
The detailing is pretty.
But I wonder if they might make an episode about this, but I highly doubt they will. So he's got green wheels, but what's really satisfying on this model is the leopard stripes on his buffer beam. He's got 3 elephants on the side, whatever these graphics are.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a few hand tattoos added to him.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that's Victor. Now let's look at Australian Percy. Again, what does Percy have to do with Australia? He's never gone around the world like Thomas, so I don't know if he might possibly visit Australia one day. But he's got brown wheels, a yellow instead of red footplate, I guess, and he has orange coal, which makes no sense. All coal should be black.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the London logo on his cab.
Well, that's the flag of Australia because they were started by Great Britain and the UK. It's
and he has
confusing.
Oh yeah. So
But
he
that's
also
the Australian flag.
he also has a kangaroo crossing, and there's a kangaroo on his cab.
Mm-hmm.
On both sides. I think that's pretty okay.
You're at 8 minutes.
Although, could have been nice if they, probably should add Nia, since Nia is the African engine they're trying to promote.
Mm-hmm.
And they should probably make, Shane of Australia,
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. That's a good Australian name.
or maybe, Aubrey and Aiden, the 2 Australian coaches.
Mm-hmm.
They never made those. But let's look at Hongmei before Ashima. So, we did get, a Hongmei from Adventures, but I stopped collecting Adventures when they made Trackmaster Push Along, because it's replacing Adventures. Which is okay, but some people might miss Adventures. So, I think Hongmei looks pretty good as a Trackmaster Push Along engine. She has the number 1, which is kind of interesting, but it's the Chinese symbol, like hieroglyphics. And I'm not sure if this is actually her face in the TV show or if it's different, but it's quite good. She has the slant eyes, which is accurate, since they are both from China. And now, my absolute favorite, Ashima. I love this Ashima. I have waited so long to get Ashima in Trackmaster Push Along form. And she looks pretty cute. The face does really look like Ashima. It almost looks like the Adventures Ashima, but she's missing the white and the black pupils. And she's missing the blue on the buffer beam on the front. That's something they should have added. But anyways, we're at 8 minutes. So
9.5.
9.5. So I think maybe we'll look at Gordon next. So Gordon looks kind of interesting as a model. The tender is pretty basic, but Gordon himself is kind of interesting. The face does look like Gordon, and I think he might be about the same size as Henry. Now, I'm wondering why they did that. Because compared to James, he is pretty huge. And these two are, like, almost as small as Oliver. That's pretty okay, but Gordon could have been a little better if he was bigger than Thomas and Percy. But if you have Gordon, do you like this model? And I do believe that Train Boy 17 got the Solar Steamies 10-pack for Christmas. And he's going to make some customs. Although I'm wondering what customs he's going to make, like what characters. I've made a Silver, Twilight Sparkle, 089, and Spencer, and Jesse. But maybe he might make some different customs. I also did see he made a custom Liam. Wondering if we should keep going, because...
You're at 11 minutes. We need to stop.
Alright, so we're out of time, so I guess we'll stay tuned for part 2, because we'll look at these later. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Which one of these did you like, and what is your opinion on the Australian Victor and Australian Percy and African Victor? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2.